Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Hi everyone. Welcome to Spilling the Tea on Real Estate. I am
Yes, I
Victoria.
am. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just introducing myself, Victoria Gray,
I am Lana Realtor Diva, Lana Riling at Exit Strategy Realty.
and we are both Illinois licensed realtors with Exit Strategy Realty in Chicago.
Yes, guys. So, what's up this week? Whew. So, as people can see, I'm in a whole different spot. I'm in my own house, my own living room right now. I mean, dining room. I'm sorry. I'm usually somewhere else. And y'all are seeing the first thing I bought in my life when I moved into my house in 2005. She's a relic, okay?
Your
So
first purchase?
my first home purchase, I even had no furniture, okay? Just my girl over here that I wanted all of my life. And she didn't fit in my car at the time, and I had to call a friend, and I was on the outside of the place with no money and this picture and a house. Keys. That was it. So why am I here? Well, it kind of brings up a good topic and a reminder for all of you. When you are a homeowner, right, you have to budget for things. Like some people don't want to buy because they say that apartment ownership is better because they don't have to do any repairs, right? So they feel like that's a big savings and a burden off of their head. Have you heard it before?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah. So with me, I went to condo because I didn't want to do yard. I'm not cutting anybody's grass. I do like to plant like three flowers. So I plant like three flowers on my deck. It's my deck that fits two flowers. Okay.
But you plant three.
Yeah, I plant three, but it could really fit two. And you could sit there and then you and I could take turns on my deck.
Okay.
Okay. If we're grilling on my deck, we both got to stand up and watch. Because right then we got to, and then we can move it and we can put a table. That's how it goes. Don't dare try to walk in while I'm grilling. Don't you dare. So these things, you got to kind of know what you're good for, right? I'm not good at fixing big, expensive things like roofs. I didn't really want to plan for that. So what I do is I pay every month, almost $300. I can't even remember for sure. 279, something like that, a month for my condos. But that covers the whole building insurance, which we're talking about today. We have Kirk here, Agent K. Okay, yeah, you'll meet him soon. And we also want to say that we're sponsored. I have to say that. Of course, we would not be here without James Hampton, so we're happy for him. But anyway, let me get to my little story, make it quick. So I don't like to pay all of that, so I pay assessments. Now, when you get a house, you need to set that condo assessment money aside to an account for rainy days when things happen. The other night, I turned on the light in my living room and heard sizzle, sizzle, pop, pop. I don't think it sounds like that. And I decided, what?
Oh,
Because I'm so smart. Give me some credit, electricians. I went and turned off at the electrical box, right? Because somebody told me where it was. Thank God. And
hmm
I saw mine is labeled. That's why people are are not people. Inspectors are so diligent about the stupidest thing that we find on the thing. Label the box that comes on your report sometimes. It was a good thing because there was a whole lot, like 16 little buttons in there, and I was like, "Oh, living room,
Yes.
living room." Since 2005, I have probably never touched that box. And thank God, because sizzle, sizzle, pop, pop is not supposed to happen with your light. And then they wouldn't turn off and they were glowing. And I was feeling like the fire department was going to be coming to my house. So that is why there's no power over there right now. And we just don't live in that part of the house until I can find somebody to come. But guess what? While they're here, I'm going to have other people doing stuff for me, right? I'm going to have them check my HVAC because the same person that can do the electrical, he can also do HVAC. Does everyone know what HVAC is? Do people out here
Mm,
know? That's your
I
heating
think
and
so.
your air, right? So they're going to clean that and they're going to check and they're going to fix that sizzle, sizzle, pop, pop. And I'm going to ask them what other maintenance should I be doing at this time of the year because it's checking your air. And I think they clean out your furnace where your heat is or whatever, something like that.
hmm
Um, because I don't want to be 100 degrees calling them. If you wait until it's
Yeah.
100 degrees, the money is a million and you're waiting in a line. And
I
I'm
was gonna
not
say
doing it.
everyone's gonna be having problems or trying to get service, so it's gonna take forever to try to get someone to get to you.
Right.
Yeah. So
So that's my tip.
So I just want to go back because you said some great things. When the inspection, like especially during your inspection or anyone who's talking to you about your home, if you don't know what a certain term is or an acronym is or something, ask, right? Because sometimes we may make assumptions or we're used to using these terms or the inspector's used to using certain terms, but just ask, what is an HVAC? Exactly what does that entail? What does it like? It's okay. No one's going to think anything of you. Like we want you to ask and be really comfortable with these terms and really comfortable about knowing exactly what's going on. And during the inspection, also, like she say, she knew exactly how to turn her lights off. The inspector will typically show you like where to do that, where to do your like main water shut off, things like that, which can be very helpful when you do have an emergency or something's happening that's getting out of control, and you can at least do something to minimize the situation. So just pay attention to those things when they're showing you, where major things are that can be turned off, turned on, paused, fixed. Like just keep those things in mind. And if you don't know, it's okay to ask. You can call your inspector. You have the inspection report. You can call them later on, ask them, small information like that. It's okay. Reach out to
And,
us. We'll connect you with someone. Like we want you
right.
to be very comfortable in your home and, feel like you're ready for things like this.
Yeah. Let me tell you when it's not a good time to ask those questions. Let me tell you a real life story. Real true. I don't know if I want to say it. Before I was an agent, I decided to fix something on my sink that seemed a little minor, and I left to go to the to the hardware store. And my nephew, who was so savvy, who knew how to do this at a very young age of like probably 14 or 15, decided to help me with this procedure. However, you have to turn the water off when you do something to your sink. And he called me to say, "Where's the water shut off? Because water is all over your kitchen." Hence, never did I know that it was 3 floors down in the basement and I had to have a key. There
Wow.
was a lot of water in my house prior to. Hey, Desmond, how are you? And I saw Latrice was here earlier. Thank you guys for your support. We
Hi.
see a lot of y'all out here today. What? Hey, say hey to us. We're excited. What? The numbers just keep going up as I'm saying hi. Like, keep your friends and people come and share it. We want to see you guys. If you don't get good reception here, come over to YouTube. We're there too. Um, so yeah, that's real life stories that we need to make sure. So to end this up, I know y'all are wanting to talk about this all day. I know, but we got insurance to talk about. We are going to have someone on that's going to go over some things that you should do to check your regular checkpoints. And I met someone on Facebook, the power of Facebook, who's going to come and talk to us about that in a few weeks. We also got solar coming up. We got, what else do we have? We have a lot of things coming up.
Yeah, we have some new stuff for you this year, some things
Solar is
different than we
new.
touched on last. Yeah, we're excited. So we have some new topics that we are hearing you about, things that people are going to talk about, things that are buzzing in the industry. So yeah, we are definitely working on some great, great guests.
Okay, but what you don't want to miss is the hot market report. What? And this is one of our listings. And we bought this place for this client. Now we're selling this place because why? They're just going to get a little bigger place because this was a starter home for them and it's a starter home for somebody else. Or it can be a great investment rental for somebody. It does need some little love to what you want to put into it and make probably paint changes or whatever, but those things are minor. So we're going to show you a video of this um, great place in Chatham. There it is, guys. A 3 bed, 3 bath, full 3 bath, a bath on every level of the home, original hardwood floors. The pipes have been rerun and updated, which you can't see as a visual plus, but that's a plus. 2 car garage, big yard, fenced yard,
Full basement.
full basement, washer and dryer staying. Um, all the bedrooms are up. So if someone is a little older, like I feel today after boxing, you may not want to have to go up the stairs to the bedroom, but us younger people, and maybe not myself, we should get up those stairs. So, and the laundry's in the basement. Um, Trying to think if there was any. Oh, separate dining room is nice too,
Yes, it's
and
very spacious. It's like the
spacious.
dining room is connecting to the living room, and it's very spacious. It's just a nice big open layout. There's a fireplace
Oh
um,
yeah,
in the living room, kind of like between the living and the dining room. There's the fireplace there, right off of the kitchen. So the kitchen isn't open to those things, but it's like right off of it, and it's very spacious property, like she said, and it's ready for you to customize. So a lot of the things that you would do would be like cosmetic things, just to
yeah,
customize it to your liking. But I love that yard. I love that it's fenced. I love that it has a backyard and that there's so much space inside. Because so often we feel like you're kind of a trade off, right? A lot of times when you have all the space inside, you may not have as much outside space, or
right,
like vice versa. Or sometimes the rooms may be smaller because you're getting 3 bedrooms. But this one has sizable bedrooms, lots of space inside, and that enclosed backyard with a 2 car garage.
yeah. So, guys, if you want to see it, you can get a private showing with one of us. We're fun, okay?
Yes.
We're fun. So, especially today after I have what's in my teeth. I'm just kidding. It's a little early for all of that. Just need a little morning wake up. But we won't. We can take you out anytime to see it, and or if you want the listing sheet with more details, let us know. We can send that to you as well. But we want to go to our visitor, our
Yeah,
guest.
we're ready. We're ready.
If anybody knows, I have talked and talked and talked about this person. I am so proud of him. I say it all the time, but so he's probably tired of it. Like I say it to him like I'm his mom or something. But I am super, super proud of this guy. Guess I have to give him a shout out because, of course, whoop, whoop, he's a husky, and we know
Look at me.
that we know now he's like a little cubby bear though. He's like the puppy of the Huskies, and I'm like the old yeller. I'm like the old dog that gets shot at the end. Okay, so we went at a few different times, but we are still both Huskies, and we are welcoming him here today, and we are excited. This is Kirk, Agent K from Country Financial, and he had some tips that I did not know. Oh, there he is, the Husky, the young pup Husky in the building. I'm the old yeller.
Uh,
Okay.
Hi,
Uh,
Kurt. Hi.
and I again, guys, I'm super proud of him. He has his own spot, and when I call, this man answers the phone, y'all. He answers me and takes care of situations that we just do not even understand. Okay, so he provides excellent service. So we got him here today to educate us because he was telling me some stuff about whole life insurance that y'all don't know and agents don't know. I learned yesterday, and lenders might not know. So we're gonna let him start his thing and tell us about that.
well, first, I want to say thank you all for allowing me to be on the show. Man, I wouldn't be anything without your referral and your support. So I'm just here to help however I can. And yes, um, I'm real big on life insurance. A lot of people are afraid to get life insurance because they don't know what it is.
Uh oh, are we stuck?
I think so. We're frozen. Let's
He's gonna come
see.
back, you all. I know he is. He's gonna be right
Yeah.
back.
Okay,
There he is.
what happened? Life insurance is a topic that a lot of people don't like to talk about because, for one, they don't want to talk about them passing away. That's a topic that is really sticky situation because people don't want to even think about it. But it's very
Mhm.
important because one thing in life that we do know is that one thing is guaranteed that that day will come. And my job is to make sure that when that day comes, that what you leave behind is taken care of and then some. And one of the topics we were talking about yesterday, what Lana was talking about, whole life. Now, whole life is one of two products. You know, a lot of people talk about term, but that's another product. But whole life, of course, if something happens to you, we knock on your door with some money, with a check. Hopefully, it's $1 million check and above. Um, Number two, it has a borrowing mechanism from it. So as you go through the years and pay, after your second or third year, you can come to me and say, "Hey, Kirk, I want to borrow a couple thousand from my whole life policy for a down payment on a home or an investment property or to put my kids through school." You can also set yourself up for a private pension. So if you never borrow from that policy, that be 30 years down the line, and you maybe have $80,000, $100,000 in there, you don't want to borrow the whole thing. You would say, "Hey, Kirk, I'm retired now. Why don't you just send me $2,000 from my life insurance policy every month?" You can do that. I mean, and then another thing is, if you have whole life insurance, you can tell your loan officer this, and they can use that as an asset, so that can add buying power. So that might take you from about a $250,000 home to that $300,000 home that you actually want. Um,
That's amazing.
so make sure you're educated about that, because that is, I mean, that's how O.J. Simpson, after the court situation, how he still had money. That's the power of whole life, because his financial advisor told him, "Hey, the government can't touch whole life money at all. So put most of your money in here. So after all this goes, they can't touch it." That's
Wow.
life insurance of whole life. A lot of people know about this, have been taking advantage of it for years. But a lot of insurance agents, I don't understand, they don't talk about it because they don't know how to talk about it. But we're going to have a conversation. That's the power of whole life. And then another topic is term life, which a lot of people know about from Prime America. Term life is basically what it sounds like. It's a temporary life policy. Basically, if you had a 30-year mortgage, you would get a 30-year term, because you don't plan on paying the mortgage over 30 years. And if anything happens to you, you want to at least have that mortgage paid off, especially if you're like the primary breadwinner, you have a spouse that doesn't work and stays at home, takes care of the kid. You want to make sure you have something in place that if there's something happened to you, something they're taken care of. And that's term. A lot of people are real big on that because it's also cheaper. The downside of that is that once you outlive that term, you don't have any life insurance. So then you have to go searching again to find a policy so you can be insured. And at that time, it's your rates are different because you're older now. So that's temporary, and whole life is permanent. So real estate term, whole life is like buying your life insurance policy, owning it, and term is like renting your life insurance policy, to break it down in real estate term. I always advise to get whole life because of all the benefits I just spoke on. But a lot of people, it does cost a little bit more, but term is also a good plan to start with. But with Country Financial, even though on a term product, if you outlive it, it's gone, you have to search again. We have a product where you get all your money back at the end of your term. So if you choose a
Oh,
30-year term, every dime and penny you ever paid in that policy, we'll give it back in a lump sum or whatever that amount is. If you've been paying $50 a month and that 30 year down the line is worth $25,000, I'm gonna cut you a check for $25,000. And all of that asks when I deliver the check, just take me out for a steak dinner.
me
Uh,
too.
right, Atlanta
Just
as
kidding.
well. And then y'all know she want to come as well, but it's dinner because it's a 1-2 punch, because you're saving money. Everybody needs to learn how to save or save more money, and it's life insurance. So you're knocking out two birds with one stone on the term side. Um, a lot of people take advantage of that, or you can do the whole life where, like again, you can own it and set yourself up a private pension, borrow from it, buy a house, invest, and that's really it. I don't want to talk too much about it, but those are two products that we have, and I'm going to drop some gems on you all. So, is there any other questions you all want to have for me? You want to go over?
How do they reach you? Oh, we have your info right here. Actually, running around the bottom.
Oh, yeah,
We got your email on there.
address, or you can follow me on Instagram at Agent K underscore. My phone number is 773-619-0649. But the best way is email through my cell phone number. And again, follow me on Instagram.
Okay, cool. Before we let you go, because we're going to let you go, we know you're busy. We just want to ask real quick, what are a couple of things? I asked you yesterday about something I also never heard of. I've been educated by Kirk twice yesterday. Like, what the heck? I can't curse. is wind insurance. Did not know we were about to have a deal fall apart
Oh,
over wind insurance yesterday. And then you mentioned to me, uh, with some pump, right?
Honestly, it's automatically. Most companies, yeah, I've never heard of a company that doesn't cover wind and or hail coverage. That's like the basics of having homeowners insurance. If you have a fire, that's the basics of any insurance policy. Wind and hail, any natural disaster is automatically included in your policy, unless you get to the point where you get water in your basement and flood insurance. That's different. But wind and hail, typically 90% of the time, is automatically added in any insurance policy, especially with Country Financial. And wind and hail is basically if it's a windstorm, like you live in the city of Chicago, it can be quite fierce sometimes. Uh,
mm-hmm.
it knocks out the siding of your home, maybe some shingles. In some instances, I've heard of glass being broken by wind or hail. That's insured automatically, typically in your homeowner's policy. So that's the coverage of that.
And sump pump is not included, correct?
It's not included. It's That's what's called an endorsement or an add-on, if you like to say. I'm very big on talking to my clients about that. I just ask, have you ever been a victim of having water in your basement and your personal property destroyed? Because some people have never had that experience. They're afraid of having that experience, and a lot of people think that that coverage is actually expensive. But honestly, when you break it down, so if you have a finished basement or unfinished basement, it might cost you $20 extra a month or up to $60 a month, depending on if you have a finished basement, unfinished basement, and then how much personal property you have in your basement. Like you have $5,000 worth of things in your basement, or up to 25. But again, it's really not that expensive if you think about it. If you had a diva den, and I'm pretty sure Lana and Victoria, you all have a diva den basement house, right? You as an example, and you had $25,000 worth of personal property like makeup and clothes and shoes, okay, that case may be, right? And if you had those are damaged by water, you want to replace those things. And if it just
Mm-hmm.
costs $60 extra a month versus having to replace those things on your own because you didn't have the coverage, you do the math.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so somebody asked a good question. What age is too old? You know, I'm young, but I'm kind of old. What age is too old to get life insurance?
When they is too old, um, well, I can't. You can't really say that age because it's about pricing. Typically, companies can't write a life policy on somebody maybe like 85 to 90 and above. But there are some companies that still can. I don't even think we can. It's just it costs more. That's the thing. The longer you wait, the more it's going to cost you. If that makes sense. So,
Okay.
answer your question, you're never too old. Just don't wait till you're 85 or 90. Because you can still find it, but it's going to be very expensive.
Yeah, because a lot more can happen to people at that age.
Exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much. You have given us some good beginning thoughts, and people can always contact you guys. We refer to Kirk when you buy homes. So if you guys want to check, he can give you quotes to see if your quote is better because my condo building is going to be calling him again to see because I'm trying to say somebody, we're paying way too much. So,
Yes, and you can ask him like if you're comparing quotes, you can ask him like what are the things that you should be looking for to compare because it may be a reason why the quotes are different prices, besides just the company.
Mhm.
So definitely ask Kirk all those questions. This was just an introduction to the types of insurance also, so he can dive deeper with you if you are interested in those life insurance options.
And what makes me different is I'll be honest with you because sometimes I'll say, you know what, they're giving you adequate coverage and they're giving you a better price. Stick with them. Because the reason why I'm doing it is I want to be the insurance advisor of my community. No matter if I can really help you out, you become my client. I want you all to be able to feel comfortable coming to me without determining what company you're with.
Right.
So that what makes me different. And like you said, give me a call. And I'm here for you.
thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we will see you soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Bye bye. That was excellent. And we need to hurry through because we got a little tea. But before we say a little tea, I'm going to say 2 seconds, and you can add if we got a couple of events coming up, right? I'm talking very fast, like a very fast commercial, infomercial. We have a couple of events coming up, and they
Yeah.
are like fashion
Fashion
oriented,
focused. Yes.
focused. That's a better word. Yes. So you guys want to be with us? Like we have very good events. That's what makes us different than these other ones out there. So, um, if you are not already on one of our mailing lists and you all are watching this, please contact us and we will get you on. One of them is like VIP type, and so you want to find out about it. And as soon as we have details, we will share them with you. But
Yes.
our
Yes.
tea of the day. So Victoria, did you want to start on our tea, or do you want?
I can just say that we're going to be following up on some. It's kind of related to some previous tea from last year that we started with, and it's kind of
Yeah.
about the whole dynamic of downtown and what that retail situation has been transforming, right? And it's been transforming, I think, over years, and then COVID really came in and changed some things and other things that are just going on in the city and the world right now. I think it's kind of like all at once. We kind of got to rush. So I know we were discussing the possibilities of a major store of a Target coming downtown, and we were discussing like would it fit there or not. So when we kind of followed up on it, we realized that the Target wasn't going to be there. And then we got
They
so
turned it
much
down.
more. Yeah, then we got so much more information on just the retail part of it too.
Yeah. We don't really have a downtown anymore, guys. We're about to be like
Don't
Detroit.
say it. I was kind of like, I'm like, don't say it. I knew where you were going.
We're almost like the, oh, maybe I shouldn't say it. We're almost matching them in other statistics too. I'm not going to bring it up, but like
We cannot.
you know what? You can't mess around downtown and expect nice things to say, people. We cannot be acting up downtown and expect these nice Macy's and our what keeps us going is the people that visit. And when the people that visit don't want to visit because you're hearing about stuff happening in our downtown, these stores are pulling out. Target decided it wasn't even a place to be. So the news that we have, which I hate to be the breaker because it like actually came out yesterday. I don't know how many people saw it, but basically, Water Tower Place is no more. I'm here to tell you breaking news from yesterday. Water Tower Place has decided to just like we aren't exactly sure how this happens. Just like hand the keys to the doors. It's kind of like what we see as a foreclosure, but we're not quite sure if you can say, you did not hear this from me. This is not a quote. I will not, again, this is not a quote, but it's like foreclosure of the Water Tower Place.
So Waterfront Tower Place, as we know, is still there, like physically there, and
Yes, the building.
we think the property, the stores that are still there are operating, but the owners have walked away from the property. The owners have given their keys to the lender. So we just don't know what that future is going to be. So right now, go to the Water Tower Place and shop and have a great time because as from what we know, it's still operating, but the
Operating.
owners have walked away.
There is no owner. So that means right now that a, a person that a financial institution is owning the Water Tower Place. And what I know to be my truth is banks don't want to own property. So what if they decide to sell it to, what could they sell it to? Like, what if it's like a real estate office? Or, I mean, it could be the Lana real estate office. Y'all could come and see me on 20 floors. But is that what we want to come down and see? Or is Starbucks going to try to go from the biggest Starbucks in America to the bigger Starbucks of America? Or like Target didn't even want it. So is Walmart going to look at it? I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
scared that they will buy it and make it into condos.
I know. I'm like, there's so many options, but I know I'm just, like you said, afraid that it's going to be something that makes it so different than what we grew up knowing it as, right?
Very sad.
Obviously, things have to change over time, and we have to keep up with what people are wanting and um, what money is coming in and what's driving people to be there. But it is scary to think that it can change so drastically and be something that we can no longer visit. Like, I miss walking around
Why
the
didn't we
Water Tower
call the
Place.
guy back that wanted the Star Wars museum? Why don't we call him back and see if he's going to be okay with us now and fill it up with Star Wars? I don't know. Like, what else can we do there? It's the Water Tower Place. That's
Water
now
Tower.
known as the place. I don't know what it's going to be. Okay, guys, we got to go. I'm sorry. T kind of ended on a sad note because our downtown
Yeah.
is getting kind of rough, but we'll keep up with it for you.
Yes, definitely. Hopefully, we'll have some good news sometime in the future regarding the place, and hopefully, it'll be something exciting there.
Like Lana's shoe closet. I don't know. I don't know. But guys, have a great weekend. See you soon.
Bye.
Wait, wait, Victoria. Where is everyone going? Is everyone leaving?
Yes, Lana. The show's over.
But wait, I have more to say. Is my mic still on? Can they hear me? What if they have more questions?
Well, they can always contact us.
How? How will they reach us after this show?
If you have any questions, our contact information is on the screen. Otherwise, we'll see you again in a couple